And the candidates have taken their seats. We are ready to get started. On behalf of CNN, Univision, and the candidates, we want to thank our host, the University of Texas, and the LBJ School and Library. And now I want to give you an idea of what to expect over the next 90 minutes or so. We want to have a real conversation between these two candidates on the issues important to Texas and the entire nation. So we won't have any hard and fast rules for them to follow. We simply ask the candidates to keep their answers to a reasonable length and to stay on point. And we have given the candidates the opportunity to make opening statements. The order was determined by a draw. Senator Obama won the draw and elected to go second. So please go ahead, Senator Clinton.
Well, thank you, and I am just delighted to be back here in Austin. You know, nearly 36 years ago, I came to Austin for my very first political job, and that was registering voters in South Texas. And I had the great privilege of living for a while in Austin and in San Antonio, and meeting people and making friends that have stayed with me for a lifetime. And I found that we had a lot in common, a lot of shared values, a belief that hard work is important, that self-reliance and individual responsibility count for a lot. And among the people whom I got to know, who became not only friends but heroes, were Barbara Jordan, who taught me a lot about courage. And today would actually be her birthday, and I remember all the time about how she got up every single morning facing almost insurmountable odds to do what she did. And another was my great friend, Ann Richards, who taught me so much about determination. You know, Ann was a great champion for the people of Texas. She also reminded us that every so often it's good to have a laugh about what it is we're engaged in. And as I think back on those years and the work that I've done ever since, you know, for me, politics is about making real differences in people's lives. And I'm very, very proud that over these years I have been able to make a difference in the lives of people in Texas, Ohio, and elsewhere. You know, 350,000 children in Texas get health care every month because I helped to start the Children's Health Insurance Program. And 21,000 National Guard and Reserve members get access to health care because I went across the party line and joined up with a Republican senator to make that happen. So there's a lot that we've already done, but there's so much more to do. I want to take on the tough issues that face us now. I want to stop the health insurance companies from discriminating against people because they're sick. You know, it's unconstitutional to discriminate on the basis of race or gender or ethnic origin or religion, but it's okay to discriminate against sick people. And we're going to end that because it's time we said no more. And I want to continue the work that I've done in the Senate to take care of our veterans. It was shocking and shameful what happened that we discovered about a year ago at Walter Reed. We can do so much better to take care of the people who've taken care of us. And there is a lot of work ahead. I offer a lifetime of experience and proven results. And I know that if we work together, we can take on the special interests, transfer $55 billion of all those giveaways and subsidies that President Bush has given them back to the middle class to create jobs and provide health care and make college affordable. And I ask you to join in my campaign. It's now up to the people of Texas, Ohio, and the other states ahead. So if you'll be part of this campaign, which is really your campaign about your futures, your families, your jobs, and your health care, we'll continue to make a difference for America. Thank you all very much.
Senator Clinton, thank you. Senator Obama.
Well, first of all, thank you so much to the University of Texas for hosting us, and it's a great honor to share the stage once again with Senator Clinton. I've said before that we've been friends before this campaign started. We will be friends afterwards, unified to bring about changes in this country. You know, we are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war, and our economy is increasingly in shambles. And the families of Texas and all across America are feeling the brunt of that failing economy. This week I met a couple in San Antonio who have, as a consequence of entering into a predatory loan, are on the brink of foreclosure and are actually seeing them having to cut back on their medical expenses because their mortgage doubled in 2 weeks. I've met a young woman who gets 3 hours of sleep a night because she has to work the night shift even as she's going to school full time and still can't afford to provide the health care for her sister who's ill. In Youngstown, Ohio, I talked to workers who have seen their plant shipped overseas as a consequence of bad trade deals like NAFTA, literally seeing equipment unbolted from the floors of factories and shipped to China, resulting in devastating job losses and communities completely falling apart. And all across America, I'm meeting not just veterans, but also the parents of those who have fallen. One mother in Green Bay gave me this bracelet in memory of a 20-year-old son who had been killed in a roadside bomb as a consequence of a war that I believe should have never been authorized and should have never been waged, and that has cost us billions of dollars that could have been invested here in the United States in roads and bridges and infrastructure and making sure that young people can go to college and that those who need health care actually get it. Now, Senator Clinton and I have been talking about these issues for the last 13 months, and we both offered detailed proposals to try to deal with them. Some of them are the same, some we have differences of opinion on. But I think we both recognize that these problems have to be dealt with and that we've seen an administration over the last 7 years that has failed to address them, in many ways has made them worse. But understand that what's lacking right now is not good ideas. The problem we have is that Washington has become a place where good ideas go to die. They go to die because lobbyists and special interests have a stranglehold on the agenda in Washington. They go to die in Washington because too many politicians are interested in scoring political points rather than bridging differences in order to get things done. And so the central premise of this campaign is that we can bring this country together, that we can push against the special interests that have come to dominate the agenda in Washington, that we can be straight with the American people about how we're going to solve these problems and enlist them in taking back their government. You know, Senator Clinton mentioned Barbara Jordan, somebody who was an inspiration to me and so many people throughout the country. And she said that what the American people want is very simple. They want an America that is as good as its promise. I'm running for president because I want to help America be as good as its promise. Thank you very much. I'd like to.
All right, Senator Obama, thank you. And let's begin with questions.